you know, watching TV and playing with his beach ball. So if we could all have such a simple existence, we would really be blessed. He doesn't have a lot of worries outside of, you know, his pain when we get there on time and what. And so we just, our family's very thankful. And I want Tom to come up here. He's trying to hide. This year when we got the waiver, it was, and I'm not going to get emotional. It was a bittersweet thing. If you don't know what a waiver is basically you giving up your rights. In the state of Virginia, when a child turns 18 years of age, you as a parent are really no longer legally responsible for that child. And we know that no one walks away from their children at 18, disability or non-disability. I mean, we are all there for our children throughout their entire lives. But when a child like Matthew turns 21 and exits out of school, there are no opportunities for him. There are, you know, day support is very expensive. Group homes are very expensive. You know, for Tom and I to work and pay somebody $20, $25 an hour, you know, for him to sit in our house all day with nothing to do, you know, it's not really a quality of life that we want for him. So in the state of Virginia, if we had decided that we didn't want Matthew anymore, like we couldn't handle him anymore, the state would have come in and taken him and placed him into an institution. Now, he went to school with a lot of children, parents of children in this room. He went to church. He wasn't much on the Boy Scouts. We tried that. But he did things in his community, and this community knows him. I mean, Dwight, who was just up here, I'm going to introduce them in just a second, actually took him to the Rock. Dwight's a member of the Rock, loves the Rock, took Matthew to the Rock, and more people knew Matthew than knew Dwight. Okay? So Matthew has a community. And so the state of Virginia right now is in this mode of reinvesting into state institutions. They just put $25 million into an institution, and our institutions only handle 1,200 people. And there are thousands of people waiting for an IV waiver. So when Matthew received an IV waiver, he had broken both of his feet. He had to have a battery replaced that would not heal. Tom and I, and this is not about, I don't want y'all to feel sorry for me because we are very blessed. But it was a very difficult time, and the waiver opened the door to agencies and individuals to come in and help us so that we could work, you know, we could still be a part of our community, and in this environment, Gracie, you are fine. This is your party, girl. So, but the sad part about the waiver is I know a lot of individuals waiting for the waiver. And so when you have friends of yours and people that know you and know your child, and you have to write this letter basically talking about how bad your child is off, I mean, like, you know, in order to qualify for a waiver, you have to be institutional material, meaning that you cannot live on your own without care 24 hours a day, basically. The state of Virginia has the strongest rules for being on the waiver list. And so basically, we could have turned Matthew over to the state, and they would have taken him and put him into an institution that would have cost around $200,000 a year to take care of him. Or they could provide our family with assistance that cost them about $65,000 a year. So when we went down to the General Assembly this year, and we lobbied for them not to put that $25 million into that institution, we didn't win. They put it in. So don't get me wrong, there are truly families who want their children in those institutions. They're elderly, they're comfortable there, they don't trust the community, they've lived in an era that we have not lived in, but it does not require for 1,200 people to receive $25 million into an institution that they are now going to be vested in for years. They're not going to walk away from it. So when we received our waiver, a group of people, just like you in this room, had to sit around a table and take a list of people, hundreds of people, that are on the urgent list and decide for one waiver who got it. Now, when we got it, we were very thankful, but we were also very guilty. There are families out there every day who are suffering that do not have a waiver. And we are here today to tell you that kids like Matthew need to live in your community. You love him. He's part of your life. And he doesn't have friends, like, say, Chris can fill up a room with 100 people that, he talks their ears off and, that kind of thing. But Matthew has a community. This is his community. So a lot of you have asked me in the past, what can I give Matthew? He likes Koosh, he likes Cheetos. He's had 21 birthdays and 21 Christmases. And, every year it's, what can I get him? What can I get him?